Good day, traders. 1 minute mindset reset. Today we're talking about sticking with what you know. So we're into some markets now that we had some big moves on Friday. We had a holiday in the US yesterday. We had movement in Asia, but we had the President's Day in the US markets. And I didn't trade yesterday. And as I mentioned earlier, that if you go back and watch my video from right around Christmas time, major holidays, whenever there's a 3-day weekend in the US, we can potentially have large moves coming out of that weekend. It doesn't necessarily have to be that particular day. We have a day 3 today on several pairs coming off of a failed breakout from a weekly level last Friday. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a perfect setup, but on some of the pairs, they gave great trades in Asia, Pound Aussie, Euro Oz, and today, we had major red news, 9:45 a.m. New York time, and several pairs still distended out. And an excellent question from one trader, regarding day 3 breakouts, etc. If you cannot tell what something is, and you're looking for that reversal that does not eventuate, or you're looking for something just because it's in breakout, remember, a market can stay in breakout. It doesn't have to fulfill a trade setup, but when we do get those day 3 breakout trades, they set up and they come to fruition and complete the entry patterns. But when we get into markets that are descended out, I go back to my simple formula, which is Monday is my opening range for the new week. Opening range is a new high and low. If you're in a market that's distended, that can become now our new opening range for opening range breakouts, a day 2 trend trade, for example, or a failed breakout, day 1, day 2, day 3 in the new week. So go back and study that in your playbook, because there are still traders confused and mixing everything together and trying to counter trend markets that are still on the front sides of their moves. So when you understand what that means, you'll go back and you'll stick with the best trade setup. So today for me, gold was just a market that kept on going higher. It took out the London high of the day, but the market was in extended breakout until it broke the 100 pip box, and we are still not at major red news. New York opens and goes back to the extreme before breaking down. Now, I don't talk about first bar entries in the playbook because first bounce in itself has still been a challenge for traders, and I was not interested in adding more trading setups in around volatile major red news, because as several traders are still struggling with, even with first bounce, they're trying to trade every major news release as a first bounce, and it's a very specific 15-minute setup. Today we had 3 levels of rise, a break in structure, a retest of the high right at the end of the 30-minute mark heading into the New York Open, and a first bar entry that once it engulfs and it starts to come back, do not counter trend, because they are going to get all the low-hanging fruit that's chased that move up high, the higher level longs, and after that happens, I have no idea. So again, my strategy is to take the trade, manage my risk, manage that trade down 25, 50, 75, major round numbers, 50. We had a low put in place in that first hour. Lock in the money and get off the screen, because I have no idea what's going to happen after that. I'm not interested in trying to read this peak and sell that gap and all these other things. I have a simple trade strategy: pump, short for the dump. If it's a dump, I'm long for the pump. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. And then I get off the screen. So once that market has set up and completed the entry pattern, I'm in the market, and that's it. I don't worry about anything else. I don't worry about trying to, read every other little trend or thing in the market. That's not my job. My job is to look for best opportunity trade setups where I have an edge, a 90-10 edge. Get in, and if I'm wrong, bang, guess what? I'm wrong. Right away, bang, I'm out of the trade. But when I'm right, if I can add into that, if it hasn't taken off too fast without me, but once it gets to my eventual target area and price is either auctioning or exploding, I'm taking the money off and then looking at the overall big picture, watching the clock, watching how price behaves, and either closing out the entire position because I have no idea what it's going to do, and coming back tomorrow and looking for another opportunity where maybe I'll see a clear opportunity for a bigger high of week, low of week, low of week, high of week opportunity, whether it's on a currency, an index, gold or oil. So stick with what you know. There's lots of stuff that I have no idea. So again, if you have to stare at it or you're trying to figure it out, it's probably not the best thing to be trading. Stick with what's easy. Stick with what's easy and that you've traded and you understand how it should behave. Stick with those. Those are the easy money trades. Everything else, when you get into distended markets or markets that you're not sure exactly what it's going to do, why would you want to risk on that? Why don't you wait another day? One more day, one more best trade setup will present, whether it's Wednesday, Thursday. We have a couple more news scheduled on the calendar. But other than that, stick with the easy stuff. Don't get caught into feeling like you have to trade every single day. If you've missed an opportunity, so what? There's going to be plenty more. Just get that out of your head. Walk away. Come back when there's a better trade opportunity where you definitely know you've got edge, and execute that. Lock in the money. Get off the screen. Rinse and repeat. Stick with what you know, traders. We'll have plenty more best trade setups. So keep it simple. Stick with the stuff that's low stress, high probability, easy to execute, easy to recognize, easy to lock in the money, and easy to come back and do it again. Have a great day, traders. Keep it simple. Keep it going. Keep it growing. And may the markets go with you.